Game 1 of the Test Series. We're on. Russell looks long, wide, right, and they get the first fire. Jorgensen, free kick. It's a try to Australia. The Curry. Stian, who's in the corner. Pizzano. And there's a little bit of life here for Australia. McDermott back against the traffic. Take McDermott.
So the Wallabies will have to regroup for the second Test match at the MCG.
Genshin restarts and launches.
First try of the match for the British and Irish Lions.
Slipper! Jakey Gordon finds a way. This is about as good as it gets from the Wallabies. Curry's out wide and scores. The Lions are back.
The series on a knife edge.
Burn! Keenan!
There's a high clean out on Carlo Tizzano. This try will be disallowed.
We don't see any full play.
Try for the Lions.
And the trophy is going back to the Northern Hemisphere.
The fans, they continue to stream in here.
Accor Stadium, 85,000 people in the house.
It is the Wallabies up against the British and Irish Lions in our series finale. We're on. Peach, Dylan, Peach launches. Skelton, and it's kicking off. And Australia play on. Jorgensen down the right. Maxi Jorgensen to make it a 13-point lead on Newcastle. Goal! McDermott, stop. McDermott! He's over. Full time has been called. It's a Wallabies win to make all Aussies proud.
The winners of the series, the British and Irish Lions.
What a series and what a test match last night in Sydney. And it kind of makes it even more difficult to swallow what happened in Melbourne last week. It was that close. Now, Thierry, you were there, obviously, throughout the series. You've seen a lot of test matches from the Wallabies. You've played, obviously, in a lot of test matches for the Wallabies. Is that one of the best you've ever seen last night?
Oh, it have to be in the top 10, yeah, for the Wallabies to bounce back after what happened at the MCG in that second test match. And I think, first of all, congratulations to Andy Farrell and the British and Irish Lions. They wrapped the series up. But last night, for the Wallabies to win that test match and for Harry Wilson to get his side up to be able to perform like they did last night in really difficult conditions, I think was outstanding. And it showed so much pride in the gold jersey. I think that for the fans that were there, Tubby, you were there in the crowd, I know, 85,000 people there, and they actually showed so much pride in that gold jersey. And Max Jorgensen, unbelievable series from him as a youngster. Like, geez, he's come of age.
Absolutely. It was great to be there. I reluctantly went along, Tim, in the Rugby Australia box and did my best to keep the Guinness numbers up while I was there. But there was a lot of chat, actually, in the box about the British and Irish Lions, how they come here every 12 years, and there was this discussion around, maybe France, they'll go to France instead of coming to Australia every 12 years. I think that series, that will squash that sort of discussion, I dare say.
Oh, totally. After, I suppose the games leading into the three test match series, people were questioning, will the Lions come back to Australia? So there was high points scored. But after the test match series, the Lions are coming back here every 12 years. It's financially, it's the most beneficial for the Lions franchise, and they'll be back here. They might go and play France or Argentina in a test match prior to coming here, like they just did. They played Argentina in Ireland before they came to Australia. So they go to New Zealand in 4 years' time. And I reckon all these fans, 40-odd thousand fans that came to Australia, they start saving today for 4 years' time to go again.
Yeah, right.
Timmy, you feel war, you're coming into the office on Monday and somebody asks you, has this been a success? What does he say?
Oh, definitely. A huge success for, also financially for Rugby Australia. They'll now be debt-free. I think they're about 55 million in debt, so debt-free after this tour. Then you've got this runway of between now to the Rugby World Cup. There's a lot of footy coming for the Wallabies. Big tour at the end of this year. And you get to Rugby World Cup 27 and about $100 to $120 million will come in to the bank account of Rugby Australia. Then you've got to hold that for the future and the community game as well.
Just thinking, you mentioned all those Lions fans, 40,000 of them, and they were fantastic, but we just have to make sure they do all go home. Like,
Please. We can't have any more
you can't
Brits
stay.
here.
So in a couple of weeks' time, the Wallabies, they head to South Africa, the beginning of the Rugby Championship, so South Africa, and then, of course, the Bledisloe, and then that runway, as you say, to the World Cup. What sort of platform was that last night for all of what's to come?
Yeah, I spoke to Joe Smith post-game and he said, well, I think they jump on a plane on Friday to go to South Africa, to Joburg, so to play the world champion Springboks. So they got to back up again, and I think it's just a good springboard for Wallabies fans, but also sports fans to re-engage. And you see that fans actually really care about the Wallabies now, and we've re-engaged this whole new sort of product of the Wallabies. And yeah, it doesn't get any easier, but you've got to play the world champion Springboks in 2 weeks' time in Johannesburg, then Cape Town, and then go on to the Rugby Championship. And then hopefully we get one hand on the Bledisloe Cup this year potentially as well. So that's huge as well. But just before we finish, I must mention Matthew Burke, great friend of ours, and one of the best players I played with, was inducted in the World Rugby Hall of Fame through the week, and incredible honour for Matty Burke.
Very well deserved. All right, as Timmy mentioned, not a lot of rest for our Wallabies. They do head to South Africa to take on the world champion Springboks. Their first 2 tests of the Rugby Championship. First up, Ellis Park in Johannesburg. It's a Stan Sport exclusive from 1:50 a.m. Eastern on Sunday, August 17.